While the more techie amongst us get excited about more megapixels, faster 3G, and the latest mobile apps, some senior citizens can feel left behind. Well, that's a problem because in the next 50 years, the percentage of people aged 65 and over is set to increase from the current 25% to roughly half the population. Hi, I'm Leila Makki, and you're watching Press Play. Next month, London will host the Mobile Phones for the Senior Market Conference at the Royal Institution of British Architects. One of the co-organisers, David Chow, speaks to me about putting the spotlight on seniors.
We've looked at the demographics, and we've noticed that, due to much increased healthcare and better quality of life, there are more 70 to 80-year-olds alive this decade than there have been in the last 50 years. So obviously the population's getting older and living longer, and obviously they have communication needs just like we do.
There are some players like Emporia Telecom, Doro and MyJoice who are already addressing this concern by designing products specifically for the elderly. Emporia Telecom specializes in phones for the over 50 population.
Our main business to do research in the field of elderly people, how to support them, how to assist them, how to handle their life in a better way.
The Austrian firm designs mobiles with larger buttons, louder volume and GPS emergency call functionality.
I'm the CEO for MyJoice, which is a company which was founded 3 years ago, and we're focusing on introducing now a video phone, which is the world's simplest TV phone. So it's a video phone device for elderly people. It's really like Skype for elderly people.
The Joice box requires a TV and internet connection. After it's installed, you can scroll through the address books using the arrow keys, press the green button to dial and the red button to hang up a call.
What we're targeting is an older population, and they do not like being talked down to. But what they do need are devices that just give them the functionality that they're looking for their own life. They don't need email on the move right now. They don't necessarily even show any interest in technology like digital cameras or certainly games on products.
Swedish firm Doro makes easy-to-use mobile phones that are compatible with hearing aids and feature a panic button that automatically dials a stored emergency number. So are seniors at all involved in the research and design of these products?
We were always in the telecom business, and before we went to elderly's home, seniors' exhibitions, to eye doctors, ear doctors, and asked them what are the needs of elderly people, and these needs are the low for the development of our products. These are the base for the development.
We work with institutes like the RNIB, Royal National Institute for the Blind, same for the deaf, the RNID. We design using a recognised international industrial design house called Ergonomic Design, and we very, very specifically ask and test out the impact of a product's design and form factor on the user. So therefore, can they hold it for a long period of time? If they have a difficulty in handling something or holding something for a while, what can we do to change the surface textures to make it easier to hold? If they're a hearing aid wearer, what can we do to change the technology to work with their hearing aid better?
We had a design process where we involved elderly people throughout that whole design process, both in review groups but actually in conceptualizing the product. And then we have had a group of elderly people who has been with us, more or less from the paper stage, who are still with us today and are using it regularly. So I think we have had elderly with us all the way, and it's fundamentally important because this is a very, very hard segment to design technology for. I think it's a very hard segment to please, not with functions and features, but rather with stability and user interface. And most innovations today are mostly around functions and features and not so much about those aspects.
But there are still many consumer electronic makers not designing senior-friendly products.
I think that Samsung, Nokia and Motorola, the big three, have potentially overlooked this market segment. Yes, they've produced entry-level phones, but have they produced phones that are suitable for people that perhaps are not that dexterous as the younger generation?
Yes, elderly people, the eyes weaker, the ears they get weaker, and so we have to bring several solutions for this kind of problems.
It's quite easy to go and find something today with bigger buttons, but it's not just about bigger buttons. It's learning from, like I say, our partners, like the RNIB, for instance, who are not just representing the blind, they're representing partially sighted. So if we understand how a user's eyesight changes as they get older and incorporate those design elements into a phone, then you know, it's really addressing a true customer need, as opposed to just having bigger buttons.
And then you need to do something which is uniquely developed for them. They can't just, you know, hide a few buttons on a PC and hope that they're going to use it. So all the tools that we take for granted today, like Skype, like all the other fantastic communication devices, they're not there for elder people. They're completely excluded.
A mobile phone like this is designed for someone who isn't accustomed or hasn't grown up with this type of technology. But the needs of seniors will change with every generation.
I don't know what I'm going to be like in 20 years' time, but yes, I will be comfortable with touch technology, but will my fingers be as comfortable with touch technology? I'll still need big buttons just like the older generation of today.
I think it's going to be an interesting time over the next 10 or 15 years to watch this population grow and to also understand how organisations are going to need this target group in their business model. Because if it's growing at 2% a year and these people are relatively unaffected by what's happened in the global market today, then they actually are a very, very important customer base.
Handset manufacturers shouldn't ignore grey power. After all, most baby boomers are debt-free, have money in the bank, and are willing to spend it. And if mobile technologies are presented and packaged properly to them, it could make a huge difference to a business's bottom line. Thanks for watching. I'm Leila Makki, and see you guys next time.